Hey everybody, welcome back. So I did not film over the weekend like I normally would. It got pointed out to me that I sounded either like a kindergarten teacher or a social worker who was showing up to steal their children on Friday. So I decided to wait until I had at least, I don't know, I'm going to say about 70% of my voice back. It's not high pitched. It no longer hurts to actually speak out loud, which is great, by the way. Allergy season gets real around here, and especially for me. It's good times. You're getting the ugly barn view because I forgot to make toothpaste over the weekend. Yes, I make my own homemade toothpaste. This is what I do. I'm fine. I work full time. I still have time to do these things. Anyone who says that they can't do like multiple things because they work, they're just lazy. Sorry. Not sorry. Anyway, multitasking today, so y'all are hanging with me. Do coconut oil based toothpaste, by the way, in case you care. It's coconut oil and baking soda, and I toss a little bit of neem powder and salt in there, plus peppermint so that it doesn't taste terrible. First time I ever made it, almost killed my husband with the salt content. We survived to live another day, and he was an absolute champ about letting the first batch, be a test and giving me a second chance, because he's great like that. Anyway, so as usual, I'm all over X. I can't help it. I'm always there. But I have a lot of people who want to get a rise out of me and who always want to get me to like react to something out of context and be offended by the same things they're offended by. I'm just not. I'm not that person. I'm also not the person who's going to sit and say, oh, this person's absolutely right or absolutely wrong. I don't care who it is, based on out of context clips. This week, it was the losers who went behind Candace Owens' paywall to clip out her saying something about Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and Sam Altman being like androids or something, and like batteries would fall out if you stab them instead of blood. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to render a judgment on it because I can't see the full context. That clip cuts in right in the middle of something, and I am not in Candace's book club at current. So I am just not going to render judgment on it, and I'm not going to comment one way or the other because I refuse to comment on things that I don't have context for. If you all have been around here for a minute, you already know this about me, and it's cool. So, anyway, my point with this is everybody needs to quit crashing out on the internet all the time and quit having big emotional reactions to everything all the time. So welcome back to the Green Egg Girl podcast, because we have got to talk about this. It's a problem, y'all. So I get it. It's fun. It's fun for people to have like a big emotional meltdown. But what I end up noticing is the people who get like crazy and emotional and have these big outlandish reactions to things, well, they end up proven wrong, but then they have to like double and triple down on it. So there's always some loser in a basement somewhere staring themselves in the mirror going, we were right no matter what the evidence says. That's just not reality, okay? So we just need to talk about not rendering judgment on things until all the evidence is in and things are actually looked at, okay? The story the FBI is feeding us about Charlie Kirk, there's too many holes. It's too weird. It's too bizarre. To me, the whole text message chain reads like AI. My husband uses AI for work, and I'm here to tell you I can spot it from like 10 miles away. It reads AI to me. So I didn't really believe that. As soon as it came out, I looked at that and I was like, okay, no, this is sketchy. This just seems, it's too sketchy. All right. But I also don't have a definitive opinion on exactly how it went down either. I'm waiting to see what comes of this because I don't think what we're being told by the FBI is true. But there's too much information floating around and there's too many sources that can't come out. The FBI has information they're not going to share, so on and so forth. Like, it is what it is, guys. So I enjoy watching multiple people talk about it because everybody has different information and there's new information that comes to light all the time. And, you know, that's really just a case study for kind of how I am in general. So when big emotional things happen and everybody's having a crash out on the internet, I try very hard not to render judgment until 24 hours later. Because when you just rush in and you start, you know, having a big emotional girl breakdown about it, you just end up looking ridiculous, A. And B, you're really, like, just, you're never right. Sorry. You just never are. It's really, like, it would be an absolute fluke to be correct in those situations if you're just, like, freaking out and having a meltdown online. And guys, the internet is also, like, not real. So can we just quit having big emotional meltdowns to, like, everything all the time? It's a little exhausting, honestly, getting on there and seeing everybody crash out. But I'm not somebody you're going to get to crash out on the internet. I am not offended by being told that I'm stupid. I got told that I was stupid a lot in my formative years, and that didn't actually turn out to be true. So it's all right. I'm cool. You can call me stupid. You can call me ugly. You can call me mid. I just don't care. Like, I really just don't care. I get called all kinds of stuff on the internet, and the amount of effect it has on, like, my real life is, well, none. It has zero effect on my actual life because I have one, guys. And I don't just touch grass. I have a garden, half of which you can probably see in the background has moved in because my potted pepper plants could not take the cold, and I am far too lazy to take them back outside. I have a farm, I have a garden, I have a husband, I have a dog. You know, I have a lot going on. So I don't have time to, like, crash out on the internet and just, like, be involved in all of the drama. I'm just gonna get on and, you know, kind of make fun of people as they do that. And sometimes I make fun of people. Most of the time, I'm just kind of coming in to, like, hey, peanut gallery. Have you ever thought about, you know, just going and watching someone's show and, like, on their platform and their context and giving them a fair shot? And I say this because that is my baseline. Okay, everybody knows, not a Don Lemon fan. Not a huge Piers Morgan fan either, but I will always give Piers the benefit of the doubt. I genuinely think Piers is a good dude. But I don't trust if they're putting out a clip that says, you know, they're making themselves look good or whatever. I don't trust anybody's clips, guys, whether they've created them themselves or not. You remember, I make my own clips, right? I do it all the time. So we can make ourselves seem however we want to. Other people can also clip our content and make us seem however they want to. So I refuse to rush to judgment, even if it's somebody I trust who puts it out there. Because here's the thing. I don't like Ben Shapiro. I think Ben Shapiro says a lot of crazy crap. But if I see clips circulating and they're going viral of Ben Shapiro one way or the other, I'm still going to go watch his content. Now, I find his voice irritating beyond all reason. Still going to go watch his content because it wouldn't make sense any other way. Like, why would you sit and believe what somebody else puts out there? Why would you not go and actually, like, take in evidence and make a decision for yourself? You may end up agreeing with somebody, but you may end up going in and going, oh, well, okay, they kind of fibbed a little on that one. Gives you a good sense of, like, you know, who you can trust. And frankly, I don't think you should trust anybody on the internet. I think you should always fact check. I think you should always look. I think the people who, you know, show you how they came about the information and encourage you to go look at it for yourself, I think those are the best people on the internet. They're always my favorite people. And, you know, they tell you what books to read and things, and go form your own opinion. Because here's the truth. Those kinds of people, they want you to form your own opinion. They don't really care if you agree with them or not. Like, I don't agree. You don't have to agree with me. You really don't. I really appreciate those of you that tune in. But if I ever say something that, like, kind of gives you pause, or I don't give you context or where to go, where I found information that I'm providing, please ask. Like, I'm begging. Like, I'm not going to sit and crash out. I'm not going to be offended. I will do my best. I am terrible. I will say this. I'm terrible about bookmarking way too many things and then having a heck of a time finding it later. That is like my downfall. My mom asks me for stuff all the time and I'm terrible. But always ask. Always. Don't ever implicitly trust anyone. It is your mind. And when you give somebody emotional energy and you like are crashing out about stuff, it's really not damaging them in any way. And in the case of me, when I get someone to crash out, I find it funny. Okay? I have a bit of a twisted sense of humor. But like I said, I was picked on a lot as a kid. It's cool. I was a loser. Don't care. I was also a terrible public speaker, which is hilarious now that, you know, I have a podcast. But don't rush to judgment. And men, I'm not here to tell men how to be, okay? Men, if you're crashing out on the internet and you're having like big emotional reactions to things, there are guys to go search out. Andrew and Tristan Tate are good ones. Dylan Madden is a great one. Justin Waller. Myron is hilarious. He'll tell you what's up, and he gets like the best emotional reactions from women and makes them crash out, and it's hilarious. So, you know, there's men out there to tell you all what to do. I'm not here for that. I don't like to tell men what to do. It's not something I enjoy. Women, however, because I am one of you, women, take a deep breath, put the phone down, and just don't respond. And then continue to do that for 24 hours. Take in some information. It's really an important thing to gather some more information. Because I'm telling you right now, the like he said, she said shenanigans, like it's broken down. Okay, we've now lived through the Me Too era where like everything was believe all women, blah blah blah, and I mean we're still kind of living through it, which is insane at this point, and I'm over it. My absolute like last straw with all of it was the chick who accused the lacrosse players back in the day of gang raping her coming out and saying she made the whole thing up and asking for forgiveness 20 years later on a podcast. No, that woman is heinous. She destroyed the lives of young men because she was jealous. Destroyed their lives. They couldn't get jobs. They lost scholarships. So, no forgiveness for you for that one. No. Absolutely not. What you did to those men, you should be serving a sentence for. Okay? So, ladies, the 24-hour, like, calm down rule, apply that universally. Because it gives you time to take a deep breath and not let your emotions control everything. Okay? I'm not going to say that I don't have emotional reactions to things. I absolutely do. But they get contained in this lovely house with my handsome husband. And he tells me to chill out. Husbands are a great thing. They tell you when the limit's been hit. You should listen to them. It's really good for you. So my husband would be like, all right, that's enough. No more internet for you today. Calm down. And he's right, like 99.999, 100% of the time, guys, okay? It's 100% of the time. If he tells me enough internet for today, he's right. It's that easy. But when you don't allow just like random internet crap to affect your entire day and you touch some grass, grow a garden, even if it's in your barn like late in the season because you just can't let it go, life's good. Pet the dog. Get some sunlight. Allow your emotions to settle. Allow more information to come in, because in like the first 24 hours of anything crazy happening, it's when all the wild stuff happens, guys. And that's when all the people who are emotional about stuff just sling mud and confuse issues. But after 24 hours, it's generally a lot more clarity. So ladies, take a deep breath. Quit crashing out on the internet. And if you are crashing out on the internet, know that I'm making fun of you and thoroughly enjoying myself. And that's all I've got. Drink some water. Touch some grass. Pet your dog, pet your cat. Earnestly look at your husband and say, should I get off the internet? And when he says yes, take him seriously. I hope you all have a fantastic day. And I hope you all stop crashing out on the internet 24/7 because it's really getting wild up in here.